This is the To Health With That, Naturally Healthy in No Time podcast for big health topics taken in small bites. I'm your host, naturopathic Dr. Amy Newsel, and this is Season 1, all about the MTHFR mutation. This week, let's talk about obstacles on the MTHFR journey. What I mean by obstacles are your bucket and your backlog. So, the MTHFR journey to health can be a bit of a bumpy one, and there's definitely ups and downs along the way. We've talked a bit about this progression before, but I want to clarify the bumps in the road. Moving towards health can feel up and down, like you make progress for a while and then hit a wall. But why? What are these walls and where do they come from? In my opinion, they come from two different places. One is your bucket, and the other is your backlog. We've talked about the bucket before. Your bucket is unique to you, and it represents a container for how many stressors your body can hold before it fills up and symptoms start to spill over. The goal with any form of healing, not just with MTHFR, is to empty your bucket so that your body has more room to deal with stressors. So your bucket really is the stuff that's coming in right now. It's stressors that are actively having an effect on your body. This could be viruses or pathogens. It could be alcohol. It could be inhalants from the perfume aisle. Or it could be your big deadline at work. It could be a night of bad sleep, food that caused inflammation, or even an injury, right? You fell off your bike. This is whatever is actively being dealt with by your body in this very moment. Your bucket can also be filled up with stressors like nutritional deficiencies. Not getting enough of something that you need is a stressor. Your backlog, on the other hand, is the stuff that needs doing that's accumulated over the years. This could be toxins that your body didn't have the resources to process at the time that they came in. It could be sleep debt. It could be long-term hormonal imbalance, chronic inflammation, chronic oxidative stress, long-term blood sugar changes, or nutritional deficiencies that have built up over the years. And with MTHFR, most certainly, we can have a backlog that's filled up with things that we couldn't do because we didn't quite have the methylation resources. These are the big picture things that your body isn't quite keeping up with, but they're still on the to-do list. Backlog is really easy to picture as the baggage your body has to carry around with it on a daily basis. You might not be actively adding to it right this second, but your body would really like to be able to put some of it down. It helps a lot to think of your backlog as your body's long-term to-do list. This is the stuff that needs to be done, and your body's just waiting on the time and resources that it needs, and then it'll crack into this in a hurry. So, what does this have to do with getting better? Well, the main thrust of working with MTHFR is working to balance your methylation, and that means adding resources like methylfolate that your body might not have had in a while, or ever. So when we add these resources, it suddenly allows for some of this work to start happening, and your body gets really excited that it can do some of this work. It can clear up the junk it's been holding on to, and there can be a bit of a flood at the gates, so to speak. Your body starts working through the to-do list, but that takes both energy and more resources. If you happen to be having a full bucket day, right, more stressors than usual, or a busy backlog day, more processing than usual, it can feel like hitting a wall, or like your symptoms are just worse all of a sudden, and that can be discouraging. So, part of the process here is fixing the bad days, because they're going to happen, right? Picture Maria Kondo going through someone's house. The first step is to take all of that stuff and put it in a pile somewhere, right? That is messy. That is a bad day for your housekeeping. But it's moving towards a goal. And this is the same principle. So everyone wants a picture of healing that doesn't have any bad days in it. But unless you can move to an ashram or a spa in Thailand and devote yourself entirely to healing for the next year, it isn't actually realistic to expect it to progress smoothly and constantly upward. There's going to be some bumps, because real life happens. Bumps are okay, as long as you have a toolkit to deal with them. And here's a few suggestions. If COVID has taught us anything, it's that community matters. Which is why I'm so excited to announce an amazing community for everyone who's working on making their genes better, whether that's MTHFR or genes in general. It's called Genetic ROCKSTARS because, really, why not? And it's coming. community.tohealthwiththat.com. We're doing a full launch in April, and I can't wait to see you there. So number one is keep your bucket clean. Really try to limit what's coming in right now. This means you can get rid of as much current toxin exposure as possible. Eliminate those food sensitivities. It's just not worth it. And that takes a huge, huge chunk of inflammation out of your bucket. Get rid of the synthetic folic acid in your diet and supplements. Maybe cut down on the excess alcohol. I'm okay with alcohol, but not in excess. Tobacco, any other toxin that you don't really need in your life, right? Like that you could actually take out. Number two is sleep. Getting good sleep gives your body the time to clean house, right? Recharge and prepare for more work. If sleep is difficult, we do have some resources that we've developed. So just check out the show notes on the website, tohealthwiththat.com, and you can find links to a number of different sleep resources. Watch your diet. Good nutrition gives your body what it needs to deal with the bucket and the backlog, and that really helps. Boost your antioxidants. If you've had a lot of stuff coming up lately, or if you feel like you're hitting a wall and having more symptoms, it can be a good idea to boost antioxidants or try different antioxidants to help your body cope with the excess. And rest. Rest is actually a different thing than sleep, and your body needs both. Take some downtime. Recharge mentally and physically, especially when you're having a low day. Another one is to use your gentle detox strategies. If your body is mired in the backlog, help it out with a little bit of support that will move the process forward and clear up some of the symptoms you're experiencing. This could be sweating it out, it could be dry skin brushing, it could be castor oil, it could be intermittent fasting, fiber, boosting your fiber or other binders in your gut, having a clean week or a modified month. Also, be a little bit patient. Getting through the backlog, going through your baggage in any sense, mental, emotional, physical, takes time and energy. And you will start feeling better on the MTHFR journey from day one, but it takes time to work out the kinks. Bad days are not the most fun thing in the world, but they're a good signal that your body, A, is moving forward, and B, maybe needs a little bit more support. If you haven't been using a symptom tracker, I highly recommend starting today because your detox symptoms have a particular pattern, and if you can recognize them, then you can begin to cope with them appropriately when they come up. It saves a lot of fuss and bother in the long run. Also, you'll start to see patterns emerging that could give you more information about the way your body is dealing with certain foods or sleep or hormones or other stressors. Symptom tracking makes all the difference. If you don't have a symptom tracker, you can download one for free by signing up for my email list, or you can find it for free in the MTHFR library in Genetic ROCKSTARS, the entirely free MTHFR healing community. I hope I get to see you there. Thanks for listening.